front end of the race car. Almost, I think they're almost possibly maybe running hot, Darrell. It almost looks like they're trying to do something up there in the nose of the car.
They're opening it up there, looks like. Maybe they've got some work they got to do. They got to drill, and looks like they're trying to move the screen or something.
Getting ready for the restart. I was hoping Wayne Knight would show up to be an honorary crewman for Ryan this week. He's the actor who played Newman on the Seinfeld show.
You started something there.
Yeah.
I asked Ryan, I said, aren't you getting tired of saying hello, Newman?
We're told he was invited to the race, but had another commitment. He had to deliver the mail. Thank you, Barry Landis, our producer.
We're going back racing, and Travis Quapple, the 28, still sits on pit road, so he will go at least one lap down after being on the lead lap for 152 laps. We're hearing that splitter is broken on the 28 car, and that just kills the downforce on the car, so they have to repair that. He's going to leave pit road, but he will be a lap down. Let's crank it up, boys.
Winner Matt Kenseth.
Oh, it's just a matter of time until that 17 car reared his head. He was floating around there in the top 5. Cat's going for 3 in a row here. Jack Roush going for 4.
This will be the first lap that he has led in this race. On lap 10 last night, they had to pit for debris on the grill. When a lap down, got the free pass, and here he is taking the lead with 95 to go.
One thing I like about this car, I keep looking for things we like about this car. Whoa, I saw smoke. That was tire smoke out of the 24 car. Is it looks like they have to slow them down a good bit in the corner. That's making them able, allowing them to do some side-by-side racing. These cars seem to not be that upset when they're around each other. I know the guys say they drive kind of weird. You see the smoke coming out of the 24. That's not unusual. We see that out of the car a lot. It's tire smoke rubbing in the fender.
Especially right after a pit stop when the air pressure's down a little bit in the tires.
But these cars seem to don't mind getting close to each other. They seem to be able to handle that all right.
Ryan Newman climbs the hill and gets in the wall.
Climbs the hill and hits the wall, exactly.
It's just dirty up there. Everybody.
Inside. Clear behind the 9.
Everybody
just roll the dirt up.
Yeah, everybody that gets up there.
That's 4.
Everybody that gets up there, it's just a little bit dirty when you get way, way high.
I don't think we can stress enough. These guys are running over 200 miles per hour getting off in the corner, and you're still in the 160s, high 160s in the middle of the corner.
.205 miles an hour into the corner and just up into the gray of the loose stuff that works its way to the top of the racetrack as these cars continue to circulate.
Mike, just got a word from our
turn
folks.
2. Excuse me, Darrell. I thought David Gilliland was headed into the wall with a push, but everything straightened out all right. Sorry.
205 on the 12 car into turn 1 when he went up the hill. Maybe a little too fast. Should have braked. Maybe use a little brake.
First place race on the left, third place battle on the right of your screen. Jimmy Johnson back to the point.
You know, one of the things about our race cars, historically, those things are doing 200 miles an hour. Can you tell it?
No.
Can the guy at home tell it?
Probably not.
The only guy that can tell it is in the car.
Daryl, you talked about him a while ago, and I think he's about to rear his head because he's been coming. I think you said all he needed was some track position. Old cousin Carl in that 99 car, he goes by his teammate on the outside, Matt Kenseth. This is a battle for second. He's actually going to give him a little acknowledgement. Thank you. I'm faster than you right now, and we still got a lot of racing to go.
Well, I think with Carl, all he had to do is get this tuned her up a little bit, some fine tuning, get that thing like he wanted it. He was given good feedback. We heard that earlier.
Matt Kenseth likes to lead, but he doesn't mind finding a place to ride. He'll be there to race when it's time.
He's very happy right where he is. His problem was he started too far up near the front. He started 4th.
Right.
He's not used to that. He had to fall back to 25th and then work his way back.
Daryl, another thing about this new car, this car of today, look at Ryan Newman's machine. It'll take a licking and keep on ticking.
Our boy,
oh, I know.
That 18 Kyle Busch was all 4 wheels on the apron.
That's the weirdest line I've ever seen here.
Listen, if it's paved, he'll use it.
It's some that's not.
Right.
Edwards is there. He is set to challenge Jimmy Johnson for the lead with 90 to go.
Oh, he said he's wondering if Jimmy's going to give him room, and Jimmy was wondering if he should drift up there or not.
Well, this isn't Atlanta, and it isn't the last lap, is it? They have a history, you know.
Yes, they do.
But he's working that high line. That's not a bad part of the high line there. You're about a lane off the top. You're not right against that wall.
Like Jason said, just be smart, be smooth, take care of your stuff from here on out. You're faster than everybody.
I love that. I love to hear you're pulling away.
Carl Edwards, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, then Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch, and Ryan Newman. I was saying, you can get into the wall with this car. It doesn't put the fenders in against the tires necessarily and force you to pit road. So Newman is able to continue, Matt.
Newman moving back toward the front. Now, Ryan Newman will tell you, Mike, that wife Chrissy's lucky chocolate chip cookies helped fuel him to a Daytona 500 victory. She baked him a year ago at Dover, gave some to Martin Truex. He scored his first Cup win. Well, Newman wasn't taking any chances in Daytona. Saturday night, he sent wife Chrissy over to Kevin Harvick's motorhome. A knock at the door. She said, I've got some drafting chips from Ryan. You won last year. He thinks he'll need some help. Well, at the bridge yesterday, she walked over to Harvick. She says, I need to apologize. They didn't work for you. He goes, that's okay. He goes, we finished 14th. If I didn't have them, I probably would have finished 30th. Thanks anyways, though.
Well, I'm wondering who she gave cookies to this week.
I don't know, but drivers are not superstitious.
Oh, no.
No, they just got weird habits.
I can see those signature line of cookies at the track bar starting next week.
Yes.
I'm going up front, and I'm staying there. Stick around for more NASCAR on Fox.
Fox. Carl Edwards continues to lead here in Fontana. This Sunday, NASCAR on Fox moves to Las Vegas, 3:30 Eastern Time, and then to its sister track at Atlanta. Sunday, March 9th, 1:30 Eastern on Fox, and then we go to the Coliseum of NASCAR, as in the Roman Coliseum. That's Bristol Motor Speedway. As NASCAR on Fox rolls on.
Tell you what, a guy that loves that racetrack at Bristol, Jeff Gordon in that 24 car, he is all over the rear bumper. His teammate Jimmy Johnson in the 48. That's a battle for second.
Got a slow car down the back. I believe that's Dale Jarrett.
The caution is out for debris down in turn 1.
Something happened to Dale down there. He just almost stopped. I don't know if he had a tire go down or what, but he almost, I looked up and he was just coasting along.
There's a tire tread.
Here, yeah, here you see right
and
rear.
Here it comes.
Right rear.
Yep.
That would definitely be a very huge piece of debris.
That is the 10th caution flag of this race, and the third one since we restarted this race today.
Looked like Dale's been into the wall, and you can see now he's just riding on the interliner. Interliners are great. They're just the greatest things. Saved a lot of lives.
That's like a tire within the tire.
I think it was the right rear that flew out. Yeah, whatever. It's not going down, flew out. I assume it was the right rear.
Now DJ's got a busy day because he will finish the 500 miles and then change into street clothes and join Jerry Punch and Andy Petrie to call the Nationwide Series race that will follow this one a little later on today.
And then we have 12 drivers in this race that will run the Nationwide Series 300 milers. So 800 miles total, minus what we got in last night.
And that's kind of a bonus for the fans that are here because they get to see that race. If you had a ticket to today's race or yesterday's race, you get to stay over for the Nationwide race this afternoon.
Today's aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. For track-tested technology, get there on Goodyear Innovation.
Now, what's interesting about this caution right here, and Darrell knows, he raced here many times, you never can quit thinking about it. This puts it where it's a one-stop race after this pit stop here. And I tell you, we've seen a lot of races won and lost by fuel mileage and things of that nature.
Larry, if I'm at the middle of the back of the pack when they get one to go, I'm gonna come down and tap up, just give myself a little insurance.
You don't want to do what Kurt Busch did.
Exactly.
Because you can recover doing it when he did it, but
right.
You can't recover this late in the race.
I used to love fuel mileage races because you had to think about something besides tires and track position. You'd give up track position if you could stay out there a little bit longer.
24 cars on the lead lap. They should all pit this time by. Bobby Labonte gets the free pass, so he'll be back on the lead lap.
Well, you run this race backwards when you're thinking about fuel mileage. It's a 250 lap race. If you can run 40 laps, you know if you get to pit road by lap 210 that you can make it to the distance. If you get there by lap 170, you can do it on one more stop. And guess what, Krista? We're coming to lap 169.
And here comes our leader, Carl Edwards. He got on the radio and said, come on, guys, that last one was competitive. Let's do it again. The long weekend is what it's all about for these pit crew guys. A 4-tire stop for Carl Edwards. Dick Berggren.
Well, Matt Kenseth has struggled with a loose race car since this event began. He just said on the radio the car is worse than it has been since it started, so a major change. They have pulled the spring rubber out of the right rear. Matt.
Jeff Gordon hits pit road in the 3rd position. Now his issues have migrated from being too loose to now it's just way too tight in the center. Steve Letarte going to try to fix it with air pressure, Steve.
Matt Casey, Kate in the 9, saying this is the best the car has been. A track bar adjusted for him. Jimmy Johnson says, I need a little bit of help back. They're going to undo a little bit of the change they made last time. Mike.
And they took a lot of time getting Jimmy Johnson off pit road. He slipped to 8th.
All day, baby, all day.
The green flag is in the starter's hand, and here it waves. We restart with 79 laps to go in California. Jeff Gordon out front of Carl Edwards. Jimmy Johnson restarts in 8th position. He was leading coming into the pits, but they had a long stop, 18 seconds.
You know, they got a lot of new guys on that crew, a couple of new tire changers, new jack man, so they may be going through a few growing pains.
Let's have a look at Jimmy Johnson's stop, Larry.
Now look at the right rear tire changer. That's Jeremy West back there. You can see they go on with the tire. Now watch the NASCAR official. What he's doing, he's telling the crew, telling Chad Canals that there were lug nuts not on, and then he gave the thumbs up. But that little bit of bobble right there cost him several spots. It doesn't take much now to cost you a lot on pit road.
Especially when Carl Edwards is trying, or rather Jeff Gordon and Carl Edwards trying to drive away from the field.
I think we'll see what we've been talking about, man. He's going to make up some time here in a hurry. Jimmy Johnson in a 48. I think you'll see what we're talking about, Jeff Gordon. He's back out front. Larry, let's see how he does here out front in clean air, because that car seemed to be good there last night when he was in the front.
What did he call it? He called it a rocket ship.
A rocket last night. But I think he's got another one behind him is the problem.
Going to be really anxious to watch that 17 car. That's a pretty major adjustment on Matt Kenseth that Chip Bolin, the crew chief, made, yanking that rubber out of the right rear. That's supposed to tighten the car up, but sometimes, and this car works a little different, it can lower the right rear car in the